All right, good morning. My name is David Walker. I'm a member of the Board of Directors for the Rochester Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I've been asked to facilitate the press conference this morning. We're very excited. We've got a lot of good news for you this morning, so stay tuned. We've got a group of people over here, a bunch of dignitaries that are going to share some exciting information with you. But I'd like to start by sharing the Chamber's mission. The mission of the Rochester Regional Chamber of Commerce is to provide leadership and resources in order to advance business development and community development in partnership with civic, cultural, and educational interests for the benefits of its members and the community. And with that, we're going to start with Oakland University, our first press release. The VP of Communications and Marketing, please welcome John Young.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's a sure sign of spring when the cranes return to Oakland University. We are currently managing 3 major construction projects designed to address our growth over the past several years, 22 to be exact. I think it started right after Mayor Barnett left. We started, no, sorry, Brian. All right, so, but folks have heard a lot about the shrinking pool of high school graduates. And while that's true, Oakland University has maintained our student population of over 20,000 students, attracting both more freshmen and transfer students from an ever-increasing geographic area. We're still attracting the hardworking students that have been here since day one, and our honors college, I see our dean is in the back, Graham Harper, has been attracting an ever-increasing number of high-achieving students to remain in the area and to graduate in 4 years, right, Graham? And to be ready for the high-tech jobs that are a big part of Oakland County. Now, the big news today is, as you drove in, you saw literally some very large cranes. We have the largest housing complex project ever for Oakland University under construction. The South Student Housing Complex is obviously on the south part of campus, so that way for those of you who are here. Ever since Oakview was built, it's been filled, and there have been in excess of at least 300 housing applications per year, plus 100 students starting the semesters in the hotels. Now, some of them like that because in the hotels once a week somebody comes through and takes care of things, just like being back at home. And when they move in the dorm, they learn about what it means to be in the beginning of the real world, like doing your own laundry. So what's the housing complex going to look like? It's going to be huge for this campus, 750 beds, a dining facility with seats up to 600, a mix of small and medium-sized public gathering spaces, eating spaces, and Glenn McIntosh told me to make sure I mentioned entertainment spaces to be defined. So we'll see what Glenn has in mind. State-of-the-art facility. So it will be coming in the summer of 18. The second project is, you're in the building, the OC. Those of you who went to school here know that's 140,000 square feet of multiple construction projects. And if you walk through the building, it looks like it's been multiple construction projects. So this spring, as soon as the students leave, there will be the closing of most of the OC to do a complete renovation in addition. So the part we're in right now will remain open. About a dozen people have asked me that already. So this part will still be open. The rest will be closing and reopening in phases with dining, expanded banquet spaces. Those of you who have been to some of our larger meetings know we run out of room. And also in this area, more entertainment. You can tell Glenn McIntosh must have something in mind. Brian, you can ask him. Maybe he'll tell you. The last piece is those of you who went to school here or who come here not on a break week know that our #1 problem since about 1967 has been parking. So the board just approved a $7 million parking expansion project. We will get up to about 8,660 spaces, starting again as soon as the students leave and finishing for the beginning of the fall semester. And then since most cities are adding traffic circles and roundabouts, we're going to jump on that trend. If you've been on campus between 4 and 5 o'clock, you know we back up in every direction. So also this summer we will be adding our first roundabout by Library Drive. So in closing, we've continued to grow. We've continued to increase the academic profile of the students and also their placement in the area once they graduate. Appreciate the opportunity to let everybody know. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Representing the City of Rochester, the Mayor Pro Tem, Kim Russell. Kim.
Good morning. Well, everyone asks me, Kim Russell, what does the Mayor Pro Tem do? Well, it's the best title ever. All I do is support the mayor and fill in when she's gone. So she's off skiing with her family, and so she's invited me to come and do that press release this morning. It just seems weird to have these right in your face. So there's a lot of exciting things going on in Rochester. First of all, we've been named the best place to raise a family by Wallet Hub. They are a group that finds places for the best city in Michigan to lay your roots down. And they take a look at 104 communities across 4 kind of key demographics: the family, life, and fun kind of area, education, health and safety, and affordability and social economics. So we are very proud of that title. Also, we have a wave of new construction. We have several new construction. The Royal Park is one of them. There's going to be 14 new luxury condominiums adjacent to the hotel. Then there's going to be 3 mixed-use projects and office and condominiums. You can see them on the board here, all this great, fabulous development that we're having. 2 of them are going to be on the north side of downtown on Main Street, and the 3rd will be on Pine Street. We also have a groundbreaking in the spring for Cedar Brook that we're very excited about. It's going to be a Rochester senior living at the corner of Parkdale and Letica. There will be 170 units, and this complex will be independent for memory care, Alzheimer, in a luxury setting. Then we have something super exciting that we're celebrating all year is the bicentennial. And the bicentennial has several different components to it, and you will all receive this little package at your table today to give you an idea of when all this is happening. So Christy Trevara is heading up she's the DDA, she wears many, many hats in this community, and I was so honored to get the very first bicentennial pin. But March 12th is our Founders Day, and that will be at the Rochester Hills Museum in Van Heusen Farm. And Kathy and her husband, Tom Dalden, he hosts Under the Radar with PBS, and they will be doing really an exciting event for Founders Day. There'll be a Hall of Fame with inductees. There'll be a bicentennial exhibit opening. Then May 20th and 21st is our Heritage Days. So we are changing that it's no longer a Memorial Day, so come visit us on the 20th and 21st. There'll be makers of demonstrations, a beard and, mustache contest, and the return of floatable boatables. Then in May 30th through June 17th, with the Paint Creek Center for the Arts, there will be a Rochester 200 project, and this will be favorite memories for Rochester residents around this area painting on canvas. June 23rd is the Bicentennial Barn Dance, and that will be at the Van Heusen Farm. And so we're really looking forward to that for square dancing and putting your jeans and boots on and really having a lot of fun with that. And then lastly is August 12th, and that's our homecoming in the municipal park. And this will be celebrating all things Rochester. There'll be a bike parade and a Pioneer playground and all kinds of wonderful things. And the bicentennial monument ribbon cutting will be happening on that day. So we invite you to come and celebrate with us all year long. And it's so funny because this is the 200th year, and I've been here a quarter of that. So for about 50 years, I've been here in Rochester. So thank you very much for your time, and enjoy the breakfast.
Representing the mayor of the City of Rochester Hills, please welcome Brian Barnett.
Morning, everyone. What the heck? Good morning, everyone. It's absolutely terrible. Listen, I'm pleased to be here today and admit that it is very difficult to follow a beard and mustache contest in Rochester, but I'll do my best to talk about some of the exciting things happening in the City of Rochester Hills, and first want to thank the other municipalities and the Chamber for all the success that you bring to our region, and it's really a pleasure to be on such a collective and collaborative team. The City of Rochester Hills has always prided itself on being the preeminent place to live, work, and raise a family, and I think some of the announcements that I'm making today show just how well we're doing in all three of those categories. As Kevin Costner famously said in one of my favorite movies, if you build it, they will come, and I think you've seen the theme today that people are really interested in investing in our region. In Rochester Hills, we've seen new investment, the likes we really haven't ever seen before since our founding. New home permits last year were up over 60%, and the total construction value of our community went up over 130% in 1 year. Currently, in 2017, we already have from the residential side over 400 lots, site condos, luxury apartments that are in some stage of development. In addition to the new single-family housing, we're also welcoming some exciting retail and commercial. A new Wood Springs Hotel, 2 new senior living centers, one on South Boulevard, one taking shape on Rochester Road. Last week, we were thrilled to open the Garth Pleasant Arena at Rochester College. Many of you were there. And this summer, among others, we'll experience the expansion of the Imagine Theater. This incredible influx in investment was also evident in our industrial parks as we welcomed 12 new high-tech companies into Rochester Hills and helped several others expand their operations. Those moves alone resulted in over 900 new and retained high-technology jobs and over $50 million in new investment. And those industrial parks, we have 11 major industrial parks in the City of Rochester Hills. They're humming like they never have before. We currently have just a 1% vacancy in our industrial parks. 99% of our space is full. Last year at this press conference, I hinted at one of the companies that would be contributing to our growth, but couldn't really reveal many details. Well, today I'm proud and excited to welcome and announce Molex, a leading manufacturer of electronic, electrical, and fiber optic connection systems, will be building their global headquarters for their transportation and industrial division in Rochester Hills off M59 near Adams Road. The development of this world-class engineering design center will create $16 million in new investment and bring over 400 jobs to Rochester Hills. Their new world headquarters calls for the immediate construction of a 15,000 square foot addition, a soccer field for their employees, electric car charging stations, a green roof, and even a fitness center. And I believe we have a picture of that design over here. We have some more pictures on our city website as well. Well, if you're going to have new residents and businesses, you better have more restaurants. Very passionate to me. In 2017, we've already welcomed Big Allora last week to our city's version of Little Italy. That, of course, is the Papa Joe's Center, which already has Lino's Silver Spoon and now Big Allora's classic Italian fare. Soon we'll welcome a P.F. Chang's, a Culver's, a Jagged Fork, and a Griffin Claw Brewery, one of the largest brew pubs in Southeast Michigan upon its completion. All of these new businesses are testament to the fact that Rochester Hills is one of the hottest places in Michigan for investment and innovation. And of course, when I talk about innovation, I always talk about one of my passions, and that, of course, is Riverbend Park. This morning, I'm proud to release our latest park feature designs. You see them on some of the boards up here this morning. And as you can see from some of our newest sketches, the details of this park are distinctive and beautiful and like nothing else you can find in Southeast Michigan. With the strong support of the Rochester Hills City Council and the dedication of our administrative team, we've already secured over $3.5 million in funding for Riverbend Park, including nearly $250,000 in grants already received this year, including another significant gift I'll be announcing at my State of the City address. After years of planning and background work, this dream park is becoming a reality. Now, of course, there's still one big question that everyone wants to know. What are you going to call it? Well, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to share that the new name for Riverbend Park will be announced at my State of the City address on April 10th. And I hope you'll be there. It's the only way people come. And the free stuff at the end. In all seriousness, we continue to strive to improve the quality of life for our residents in our community, which is why we're proud that already this year, Rochester Hills was named one of the top 10 best cities for families in America, that we're one of the top 10 best places to buy a forever home in the country. We're named the safest city in Michigan and the sixth safest city in the entire nation, according to the FBI. And of course, my favorite recognition, America's coolest place to live, according to Mayor Kathy Dalton. You always pick on the person that's not here. We are absolutely a blessed community and grateful for the success we've achieved, and whether it's the development of a new park, the opening of a new restaurant, or the welcoming of a new business, we're committed to making Rochester Hills the preeminent place to live, work, and raise your family. Thank you so much for a few minutes this morning. I look forward to answering any questions and diving into more detail in the presentation upstairs. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian. All right, please welcome Crittenton Hospital and Medical Center's President and CEO, Dr. Margaret Diamond's here. Dr. Margaret Diamond?
Thank you so much. I'm so proud to be here today. How many people were here last year? How many people remember trudging through the snow? The parking lot wasn't even plowed just to get here. And now, how many people didn't even wear coats in? So there you go. See, only in Rochester can we make this happen. So I want to just do a little infomercial about Crittenton Hospital. I've been at the helm there since May, and I have a great team here. I want to tell you that CMS rates hospitals now, the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid. It's a 4-star rating. Crittenton Hospital Medical Center, your local community asset for healthcare, received 3 stars. In comparison, what other health systems received 3 stars in Michigan? Well, the University of Michigan Hospital Medical Center received 3 stars. So in terms of quality of care, we're right up there with the Block M. So sorry, Spartans, you don't have a hospital. So I also want to tell you that this is, I know that we're celebrating 200 years in Rochester. We're celebrating 50 years with the hospital. It was opened in 1967. So we will have a variety of things going on to celebrate the 50th year anniversary, and culminating on the day that it opened 50 years ago, which is August 15th, obviously 2017. So just want to give you some, a really exciting thing that we're doing, and I'm just looking, anybody here from the Royal Park Hotel? Anybody? Come on up, come on up. He thinks that I'm gonna like try and dance with him or something. I actually would like a representative from the Royal Park to stand with me to tell you, this is gonna be out on a press release today. I'm excited to tell you that Crittenton Hospital and Medical Center is entering into a partnership with the Royal Park Hotel to enhance customer service and the entire patient experience at Crittenton. Quality of care has always been our top priority. However, we want the ability to deliver care in a way that is more personal, more attentive, and more convenient. So for my competitors, bigger is not always better. Crittenton supports already a patient-centered culture with staff focusing on listening, compassion, and providing thoughtful and unexpected service. We've already made some operational changes within the last 9 months. Changes like free valet at our front door, moving our lab to a convenient first floor in and out free parking area, and also addition of senior ER rooms, as well as adding welcoming touches such as ER comfort bags and celebration meals. And some of you, when I was a candidate, said, why did Crittenton take the celebration meals away from the new moms? Well, they're back, along with the ducky bags. So we are trying to enhance our facility and also trying to enhance our service. Our next step will focus on our partnership with service. The innovative partnership with the Royal Park is designed as a mentorship to help our folks at the hospital take patient experience to the level of a 5-star experience for every patient, every time. The partnership will begin with a kickoff actually next week, working with our leaders to crystallize our purpose, or as the Royal Park says, the why. Why are you here? And why are we here to take care of patients? The next phase will involve Royal Park leadership partaking in an intensive on-site session, or as we call it, deep dives, with critical areas of patient care, like, for instance, registration, radiology, the emergency department, all the staff of all those what I would call high-touch areas for throughput and patient service. They will be in deep dives in partnership with various areas of the hotel. And it's actually going to be a very intensive workshop all through March and April. So remember, Crittenton is part of Ascension Health, the largest healthcare system in the United States and the largest Catholic healthcare system in the world. At Ascension, we provide compassionate, personalized care. But at Crittenton, we're focusing on creating that experience that makes you, as a patient, and your family feel uniquely welcome, and that the care is about you and only you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Diamond. All right, next we're having the Rochester Community Schools Superintendent. Please welcome Dr. Robert Shaner. Dr. Shaner.
Good morning. It's really an honor and a pleasure to be up here as a product of Oakland University and to represent a school district that is part of the fabric of this community. And I think that's what we want to talk about this morning. You may have heard of a lot of banter about public education these days. What I'd like to share with you about what's right about public education, it's Rochester Community Schools. You've heard leaders of our municipalities, our hospitals, and I'm just so proud to think about all the partnerships that we have with all of those organizations. We're also proud of our 10 elementary schools that have made reward status with the Michigan Department of Education. 10, that's the most in the state of Michigan. Rochester Community Schools continues to lead the way as an exemplary public school district, not only being fiscally responsible and sustainable, with outstanding student achievement. I'm really, really proud to be able to lead a school district that is going to be so proactive in the future and be able to provide this community to be the beacon for public education. We're ranked as one of the top 3 school districts in Oakland County, ladies and gentlemen, social studies, math, and writing scores. 95% of our graduates attend post-secondary education. Our mean SAT score is 12% higher than the state average and 14% higher than the national average. In 2016, our school district was designated by the Michigan Department of Education as a notably successful school district, which reflects our ability to maintain a balanced and sustainable budget while providing high-quality, world-class education for all of our students. And if you've been watching public education in the state of Michigan, that's quite an accomplishment. We are proud of the systemic growth that we've seen across our district. We expect it to continue, and it's due to the hard work of our community, which is definitely behind our school district and so important, our students, our families, our administration, and support staff rallying around our strategic plan, which calls for a world-class education for all, without exception. What we have at Rochester Community Schools is something very special, ladies and gentlemen. It's a community school district, that's locally controlled, locally governed, and done very successfully. It's my pleasure to share this news with you today. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them during the event. And remember, Rochester Community Schools is what's right about public education. Thank you.
All right, one more. Last but certainly not least, the Rochester Regional Chamber of Commerce has a huge, huge announcement this morning. Please welcome our board chair, Mary Mbia. Mary?
Yeah, phew. Well, the search is over. After a wide, wide search, we finally are happy to announce that we have a new president for the Rochester Regional Chamber of Commerce. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Elena Campbell. Elena, okay. So I'll invite Elena to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'm truly honored and humbled to be selected as the next president of the Rochester Regional Chamber of Commerce. And I know I have really big shoes to fill. Those of Sherry Heine. As the executive director of the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce for 6 years, Sherry was one of the people that I turned to for advice and counsel on numerous occasions. And I hope that I can live up to those expectations and what she has set forth. I really look forward to getting to know each and every one of you here in this room, to collaborating with you and working alongside you to continue to grow the Rochester Regional Chamber and to continue to serve the business community here in this area and the community at large. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So I guess that concludes our announcement. And David will take it from here.
As a member of the search committee, we are so happy that we finally found the right person to fill Sherry Heine's shoes. So I hope that you all will take a moment to welcome Elena to the team and work with her as you have with Sherry in the past many years. We miss Sherry, but we look forward to the next 15 years or so with Elena. That concludes the press conference for this morning. I know we do open it up to questions at this point. If you have any questions for these fine folks? You usually don't. They're going to be upstairs. You'll see them again. I mean, most of them. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the press conference. Hopefully Eric won't edit me out. And then I'll invite you all upstairs for breakfast. Thank you.